Okay. Not working on the car yet, but oh, the sun. We're gonna set up the QuickJack. Okay, so I got step one done, which is for each of the jack stands. You remove the plug that came in to the hydraulic system, and you put in this elbow joint, and then you attach the short tube, and then you put in a male quick connect on the end of that. The last step is you take this little air cap off this air pump, and you fill it up to 40 to 50 psi. So that's done on both sides. On to step two. Okay, step two is actually pretty straightforward. All you do is put the quick connect fittings on the end of the long hoses, on both set of long hoses. 4 quick connect settings, quick connect connectors on both hoses, and they look like that. And then step 3 is the assembling the power unit, which is basically, I've already assembled the bottom one. You assemble the bottom one first. There's a cap here, a little red cap. Took that out, and I'll assemble the next one. And just screw it in there. So I took this off, so it was easier to work with. Because otherwise, it's gonna protect it, but it's gonna get in the way while we're assembling it. So I'll take that off and just screw it in there. And then we'll just tighten it up. Okay, we're up to step 4. The problem is I don't know what those things are for. I'm going to look at the instructions and figure it out. This thing is what I'm talking about. Is it a hanger or something? Anywho, I followed the instructions in the video, and I've got all the hydraulic lines connected. And now it's time to bleed the system. So that involves basically lifting the jacks up so that the bleeder valve, which is here, is elevated, and then turning the power unit on and lifting the jacks up and down several times, and then bleeding it. So let me get going. Party time. Well, okay. So I lifted it, and we're leaking. We're leaking here the worst, and then over here it's leaking a little bit on both of those. So those all seem okay. So we got some work to do. Okay, I went back and disconnected the joints that were leaking a lot. Put sealer back on the threads. Put the joints back together. Tried to dry up what I could a little bit on here, and reconnected everything. It is under pressure, so I'll just give it a second and see if there's any clear leak anywhere. I can see areas that, that's the sealer, that's not power steering fluid. It's yellow. Anyway. All right. Take two. All right, this went much better. I got them up, they locked into place. I'm not seeing any leak over here anymore. I am, however, still seeing a leak here that I will have to try and take care of. It's on the top bolt. It is not behaving. So what you do is when you get these things up over that first notch, if this thing is up, it'll catch here and lock the car in place. If it's down, then it'll roll over it and lower. So I went ahead and lowered both sides. All right, so I had trouble with one, and I might have trouble with more of them, which is fine. I can take care of it, but the way I fixed it was, so there's several different sets of instructions, but I couldn't get it to seal with this pipe sealer that they provided in the kit. I tried several times. This thread sealant. So I would put that on the threads and I would tighten it up and keep trying, and I would put it back on and start flowing again. And I tried tightening it on, went over tightening it. So I got some pipe tape. They also advised that in the video, and I just wrapped it with pipe tape, plumber's tape, and did it again. So let's give it a shot. So like I said, we finally got it set back up. I'm gonna trying to finish bleeding. The bleed screws are here. I think I got the leaks stopped. If I haven't got the leaks stopped, I'll have to go get some more pipe tape. That's how I fixed this guy. Finally got him to stop leaking, I hope, and we'll see as soon as we give it another shot. So here we go. So I've already put it up and down twice. It says 3 times. I'm gonna go all the way past the notch, stop right there. So when it goes up past the notch, if this thing is not down, it'll lock into place. You just back it up a little and then let it go down further. Any leaks? Let me just check real quick. So there looks okay. This guy was fine. This guy was pretty bad, but he looks okay. All right, so let's take it down again and try to bleed out the rest of the air. It won't be done. I might look at how to jack the car up and see if I can get the car off the ground. Super exciting. Okay. So I'm just bleeding it. So when you take this little screw and loosen it a little, that's a hex nut right there, and that's the bleeder valve. You loosen it and then it'll hiss a little. And it'll leak out a little fluid. So just trying to get all the air out of the system so it's not overpressured and the air doesn't degrade the oil, the transmission fluid. All right, we'll do this one real quick. There we go. I won't need the rag, I don't think. So that's tightening a loose thing. There we go. Yeah, that one's already good. Okay. And that's it. Got a little bit of a leak over there. I'll probably rewrap that connection with pipe tape after I get some more pipe tape. But all in all, it's ready to go, it looks like. Next stop, actually working on the car. instead of the lift for the car.